Yo, what up, though? Welcome to the Brian Onrea podcast show, episode number 45. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Brian Onrea, aka Onrea. You feel what I'm saying? The kid from the west side, Detroit. Chilling here in Metro Atlanta, rocking my old school Mark Echo clothes. It's funny, man. I lost so much weight, man. I'm almost 80 pounds down. I haven't gave y'all an update in a long time on this podcast, but I am 79 pounds down from February last year, February 2024. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my old clothes that I couldn't fit, I'm fitting, and a lot of the old clothes that I couldn't fit are so loose now that I'm having to buy smaller clothes, even smaller than what I wore back in 2011. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to get into my whole weight loss journey on this episode, but I will, though. I'm going to do a whole episode where I dedicate the episode to talking about the things I went through in my weight loss journey. You know, I've been on a journey up and down for many years. I lose weight, gain weight back, lose weight, gain weight back. And usually when I gain the weight back, it would usually be more than what it was the last time. So I got up to 260 pounds, which was my heaviest I ever been in my adult life. I'm barely 5'8", like 5'7" and 3/4. I'm not that tall. So 260 pounds is nuts. But again, I'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm rocking some of my old jumpsuits that I couldn't even wear. Mark Echo. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Sound like a ambulance or a fire truck is going by. It's always something going by when I'm trying to record my podcast, you feel me? But let's get right into it, man. I want to address, I was listening to the Breakfast Club earlier. Charlamagne the Guy gave the donkey of the day to some real life donkeys out there in Texas, man, in Fort Worth, Texas. I think that's outside of Dallas. If y'all don't know, man, there's a guy named Ronnie Sibley, aka Lil Ronnie, who was a rapper down there in Texas. He was, I think, 29, 30 years old. He was shot and killed at a car wash in Dallas, Texas. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, he had his 5-year-old daughter with him, and these two cowards shot and killed his 5-year-old daughter. What kind of person is that? Some of these people have no hearts. We killing kids now? That story disgusted me so bad. I'm still disgusted by it. But there are two suspects. I think one of them is apprehended. I don't even want to name their names to give them no kind of credit. I know the police will do their job and they'll catch the other one. I want them to go under the jail. I want them to get the death penalty. I want them to get the worst possible sentence because this is terrible. And to all my people out there, man, in the streets, first of all, you shouldn't be in the streets. We got to stop the violence. We got to stop killing each other. As human beings, period. As humans, we got to stop killing each other. As human beings, but especially as Black people, as African American people, we got to stop killing each other. We got to spread love and unity. And I know I believe in freedom of speech with this music, this hip-hop music. I believe that we shouldn't censor people. If you want to talk about killing, you can talk about killing. If you want to talk about whatever, you can talk about whatever. But taking lyrics and trying to live them, trying to be a real life street person on the streets, all this beef we promoting, all this, this whole drill culture, this op culture, go after my ops. We got no place for that in society. You know what I'm saying? If you glorify killing people, I can't rock with you. I don't want to give you a platform. I don't want to give you none of my time or attention if you glorify killing people. Rest in peace to Ronnie and little Armani Sibley. Rest in peace to them. I'm so outraged. And I feel like there should be more outrage. I said this before, I'll say it again, man. The level of outrage that we have when people from outside of our community kill us, like when the police murder us, we have outrage, as we should. We will continue to be outraged when police officers kill unarmed people. I don't care what race you are. Black, white, if you kill an unarmed individual, we should be up in arms about it. And we should be protesting. And we should be fighting it. But we should have the same exact energy when innocent people are killed, like this little baby girl. When we kill each other, I don't care if it's black on black, white on white, any kind of violence should be protested. It should be driven out of society. It's not a racial thing. It's a human decency thing. Stop killing each other. Stop it, man. But I will say, as black people, we should have the same energy for that. Protesting. I know we have little energy for it, but not enough energy for it. And I'm outraged at this. We got to stop this. If you one of those rappers who rap about killing and you actually support it in real life, I'm not rocking with you. Forget you and your music. You feel me? Again, rest in peace to Lil Ronnie. Rest in peace to Lil Armani sibling. Speaking of rest in peace, man, very, very sad news, man. Just before I started recording this, I found out that Dwayne Wiggins from Toni passed away after a battle with bladder cancer. Toni is one of my favorite all-time R&B groups. Shout out Raphael Sadiq. I just saw Toni in concert. They went on a tour, I think last year. And I saw them in concert, and it was an amazing show. I'm a little sad because at the concert, they made us lock up our phones where you couldn't record, so I couldn't document none of the concert. It's all in my head and in my heart. It was a great concert, a great show at the Fox Theater here in Atlanta, Georgia. Great show, man. I'm glad I was able to see him. I'm glad I was able to get that experience and see them. Kind of sad I couldn't record it, and document it, but they gave a great show. When I think about Dwayne Wiggins, I think about Whatever You Want. That was one of the main songs that he featured on. And he did a great job, you know what I'm saying, in that song. Girl, I can't provide. I can't sing very well, but whatever you need. That was Dwayne's song. Dwayne, took the lead in that song, but amazing group, Toni. You left a beautiful legacy, brother. Thank you, Dwayne Wiggins. Your legacy will live forever. We love you. You know what I'm saying? Oakland, California's finest. Shout out to the Bay Area, everybody from Oakland. Oakland reminds me of my hometown, Detroit, in that we really have pride in our city. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Sway in the morning all the time, and Sway will let you know he's from Oakland every chance he get. And I'm the same way about Detroit. Maybe that's why the Bay and Detroit is like this, because we so proud of where we come from. We're really tight. But rest in peace, Dwayne Wiggins. Shout out Toni, man. Much love. Let's do a moment of silence. And something else I saw today on the news. I guess last night, the Lakers played the Knicks, and LeBron James was shown on camera confronting Stephen A. Smith and telling him to keep my son's name out your bleeping mouth. Don't talk about my bleeping son. Maybe call him a name. And it was captured. And of course, Stephen A. addressed it on ESPN today. I won't get into all that. But what I can say is that, I've never heard Stephen A. really go at Bronny, as far as attacking him personally. You got to understand, LeBron James' son, Bronny, was drafted, which, in my opinion, he shouldn't even been drafted because he didn't earn it. He didn't have a good enough college career to warrant being drafted in the first round of the NBA draft. Shout out to my coworkers at work. I remember when it happened, I predicted it. I said he's going to get drafted in the first round. And two of my coworkers didn't believe me, so we made a bet. And I won the bet. But he didn't even deserve to be drafted. The only reason he was drafted was because of you, LeBron. So you automatically put pressure on him. And he can be criticized as an NBA player. Any NBA player is fair game to be criticized for their play. No personal attacks is cool. I don't believe in personal attacks. I don't know of Stephen A. Smith ever attacking Bronny personally as a human, as a young man, but attacking his game. His game didn't look pretty good. It didn't look so good. So I don't know what LeBron is talking about. It comes off as very sensitive. It comes off as lame. And it's funny because these people, they know who they can and who they can't walk up on. Walk up on Big Perk like that with that energy, LeBron. Walk up on, somebody else like with that energy. So I think it's kind of lame, man. But, shout out to LeBron. Shout out to, the Lakers. Speaking of the Lakers, man, Charles Barkley went off last night on TNT criticizing ESPN for, all their coverage of the Lakers, because they cover the Lakers extensively, the Lakers and the Warriors, because they know the Lakers and the Warriors will get them ratings and get them talked about. But Charles Barkley was mad that the Cleveland Cavaliers hadn't been talked about at all, hardly. Cleveland Cavaliers, the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think they're 1 or 2 in the East right now. Heck, even the Pistons are a good story in it. In the West. The Cavaliers is 1 in the East, and I think OKC is number 1 in the West, number 1 or 2. They're not getting talked about, and the Pistons are a good story in the East and not getting talked about a whole lot. So Charles Barkley called them idiots because I think Kendrick Perkins said on the show that the Lakers are saving the NBA, and Chuck thought that was ridiculous and called him an idiot, pretty much. But the thing that got me was Kendrick Perkins' response. He came back talking tough, talking about, you gonna see me, I'm gonna see you in the street, or see you face to face. I wish I had the tweet. I don't got the tweet in front of me, but I'll put it on the screen. Like, really? You gonna see him and you gonna try to put hands on him, you gonna try to fight him? Really, Kendrick Perkins? You want to fight? That's the problem with society, man. Like, everybody want to, resort to violence, and then everybody want to hype it up. I think that's clown stuff, bro. Anybody trying to fight you, Kendrick? Nobody trying to fight you, bro. Stop that, man. Remember, Kendrick Perkins is the same person that got in trouble with the Nicki Minaj fans, because he insulted Nicki Minaj, saying Nicki Minaj wasn't on the level of Taylor Swift or Beyonce. Sorry, y'all. That refrigerator in here is making noise. But anyway, yeah, Kendrick Perkins, bro, cut it out, man. Cut it out. I think that's pretty lame, man. You and Charles Barkley can go at it verbally, but to insinuate you want to see him in person and fight him, that's kind of lame. Remember, also, Kendrick Perkins got mad at Jalen Rose for joking on him, for joking about, I think, his hairline or something like that, or his beard or something like that, or his suit he was wearing, and they got into it. And it's like, bro, you are way too sensitive to be on TV and to be talking, because Kendrick Perkins got a slick mouth. He can dish it, but apparently he can't take it. If you are behind a microphone criticizing, you should be able to be criticized and not take it so personal and want to fight. That's just lame, man. Speaking of fight, though, I grew up a big wrestling fan, and I found out today that Lex Luger is going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, I don't watch a lot of wrestling now, but I was a big wrestling fan as a kid, and Lex Luger was one of my top 3 favorites. It was Sting. Sting was my favorite. Sting, Lex Luger, Ric Flair, and unfortunately Hulk Hogan. I don't rock with Hulk Hogan no more because, he was caught calling black people the N-word, I think on multiple occasions. So I don't rock with Hulk Hogan no more. But Lex Luger was my guy. And I remember they came to Cobo Arena in Detroit, Michigan. They came to Cobo Arena. It was Sting, Ric Flair, Lex Luger. And I remember I came to the front, and you know how the wrestlers, they would come and they would slap all the kids' hands around the metal. I put my hand out, and Lex Luger slapped my hand, and I remember thinking like, oh my God, Lex Luger slapped my hand. Woo! I was on top of the world. I was hyped up all night. Shout out to my mom. My mom took me to see Lex Luger. And now, Lex Luger, he been through a lot, man. You can watch his, I think it's a documentary on him. You can watch his story. He went through a lot. He's like in a wheelchair now, in therapy. He don't look too good, but he's in good spirits, though. He's in good spirits. And he's a born-again Christian now. He worships God now. Shout out to Lex Luger. That's all dope. But yeah, man, Hall of Famer Lex Luger, you know what I'm saying? Kind of brought back memories. I might have to watch some old Lex Luger wrestling on YouTube or somewhere, man, or on WWE or wherever you can watch it at. I think it's on Max now. I think WWE is on Max. But yeah, Lex Luger. Shout out to Lex Luger, man. That goes to show you, man, like, Be great, you can get in the Hall of Fame. You feel me? I want to be in a podcast Hall of Fame one day. Is there a podcast Hall of Fame? If there is, I want to be in it. You feel me? I want to be in some kind of music Hall of Fame one day. I want to be a Hall of Fame individual. What kind of legacy are you leaving? You know what I'm saying? Getting all motivational on y'all, man. But shout out to y'all. I don't got nothing else today, man. This has been the Brian Onrea Podcast, episode 45. I love y'all. Have a good day. Let's get it.